Perez under pressure for his lack of pace at Red Bull, and Toto trips up over a new television gimmick last Sunday. I'm Ollie Wilson for GPFans, and this is the news in Formula 1 this Wednesday. Before we go anywhere, just a reminder, you can get all of your Formula 1 news sent directly to you faster than a Red Bull with its rear wing open. Just hit that subscribe button below. Right, let's get into the key talking points. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has revealed he is desperate for Sergio Perez to discover his pace after Mercedes tactically outsmarted Red Bull in Spain. After Perez qualified 8th at a track on which it is notoriously difficult to pass, it left Max Verstappen without a wingman as he was sandwiched between Mercedes' duo of Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas at the front of the grid. Although Verstappen led for much of the race, Red Bull was unable to cover off or prevent Mercedes' tactical two-stop gamble, allowing Hamilton to take his 98th victory of his Formula 1 career. While Perez at least rose 3 places to 5th by the checkered flag, he still finished 37 seconds behind 3rd place Bottas. We desperately need him to be in that gap, so Mercedes doesn't have the strategic options they had, said Horner. But I'm convinced that this will come for Checo as he finds more confidence and time in the car. Via team radio prior to Hamilton's second stop, Horner had warned Verstappen that Mercedes had a free stop behind them and therefore had all of the options. Explaining the comments, he added, "I was just saying that the facts are Checo was being held up, so obviously the 2 lead guys were so far ahead of the rest of the pack that gave Lewis a free stop as he had in Hungary 2019. He had only got to get past his teammate, and that was never going to be an issue, so that is why we need both cars up there strategically, so that option isn't available to Mercedes." Despite a difficult start to Perez to his Red Bull career, a pattern that has haunted drivers in the seat alongside Verstappen, Horner is confident better results are on the horizon. "I think it is coming together for him," insisted Horner. He had an off day on Saturday. He was compromised in the race behind Daniel, but then he didn't manage to make the headway at a track that is so difficult to pass. FIA race director Michael Masi has confirmed Toto Wolff became the first team principal to fall victim of a new television tool employed by F1 and the FIA across a race weekend. After Max Verstappen pitted during the Spanish Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton needed to punch in a series of fast laps at Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya to remain in contention for the race win. Hamilton, however, was hampered in his quest by Haas driver Nikita Mazepin, which forced Wolff to jump on the radio to communicate with Masi in race control. In a very anxious tone, Wolff barked, "Michael, blue flags! Blue flags! Michael, this guy makes us lose the position!" After the race, Haas team principal Günther Steiner accused Wolff of wanting to show who is in command, and that he was publicity seeking. Masi, however, has revealed Wolff was more a victim of increased radio access between the pit walls of the F1 teams and race control now given to broadcasters. "To be fair, I rarely hear from Toto on the race control radio," said Masi. However, one of the innovations the FIA has worked together with F1, and actually came together after an F1 commission meeting last year, is so they could hear, as part of the broadcast, the communications between the race control and the teams, which is a regular part of what we do operationally. From that perspective, Saturday was the first time it started, so the F1 group, through their broadcast, have been doing some trials in the background of seeing what that is like. All the teams were advised, and the weekend was the first time it has gone live to air. Esteban Ocon has revealed how a new approach and a new team around him in Alpine has left him feeling a lot better than last year and more confident than ever this season. After Renault rebranded as Alpine this year, the team chose not to replace former team principal Cyril Abiteboul and instead opted to split responsibilities between executive director Marcin Budkowski and new racing director Davide Brivio. Former world champion Fernando Alonso also joined this season, but Ocon has been thriving and performing well against his high-profile teammate, finishing ahead of him in the last 3 races that both drivers have been classified. "I have a different team of people around me," said Ocon. "There's been a lot of changes over the winter. The approach has been quite different, but more to my liking. We are building strong weekends at the moment, and I feel very confident in the team, very well integrated, a lot better than last year. I know what I need from the car, and when I put numbers down on my debrief sheet, the guys know what to put on the car. It's working really well at the moment. Alpine took a step forward in the last 2 races in Portugal and Spain, particularly in one lap pace in the latter, where Ocon qualified a superb 5th. It definitely is good to have done such a step in terms of performance, added Ocon. We keep pushing, and we will keep trying to close the gap, but at least we've shown what we're doing is working well in terms of progression. So do you want to hear more of what Toto Wolff, Christian Horner, or any other team principal has to say to race control on an F1 Sunday? And how far can Alpine go to pushing on and testing the likes of the McLarens and the Ferraris in the middle of the pack? Let us know in the comments section below, and of course, remember to hit that subscribe button to stay abreast of everything going on in Formula 1 with us at GPFans.